Then I'm getting ready to share it over to YouTube. So give me just a second. And let me make sure it's actually streaming. All right. It looks like it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So welcome. B. Marquita here, aka the Backdrop Plug. And I teach creatives, whether it's planners, event planners, decorators, crafters, photographers, whoever sees fit and enjoy backdrops and want to learn backdrops. I teach them how to make them using a free software. And for those looking to actually make it a business, I also teach that as well. So if you're just interested in designing, get the backdrop blueprint, which is on the screen for those of you watching on YouTube and Facebook, www.backdropblueprint.com. If you're on Zoom, you are already in that thing. So you have access for a couple weeks to these Zoom calls. So make sure that you are in attendance. So let me go ahead and get started because I don't like to keep y'all more than an hour. So let me get my mouse to work first and foremost. There we go. Let's head on over to GIMP. And this is the software that I use for all of my designing for backdrops. All right, so give me a 2 in the chat if you can see my GIMP screen. You just want to make sure that I pop the correct screen over for my share. Give me a 2 if you can see my GIMP screen. We got 2 Ebony's on here. Hey, okay. I'm not seeing any 2s. Can y'all see my screen? The GIMP screen? The design screen? Okay, perfect. All right, I want us to get started and then y'all be like, where is she at? The screen's frozen. All right. With the upcoming holiday, 4th of July, Independence Day, I decided to make a design for that today. And then for the people who are in the backdrop success circle, that's what I was about to say. If you were interested in learning more about the actual business side of backdrops, like creating storefronts, payment processors, ads, and all that kind of stuff, that's the backdrop success circle. So you do not learn that in the blueprint. Blueprint is just designing and getting it printed, just the preliminary stuff. But if you want to move on past that step, there's the backdrop success circle. So backdropsuccesscircle.com. I knew I was getting something. Okay. So 4th of July, I'm going to do a square. What I was saying, I'm going to get that design to the people in the success circle, but it will be available to other people to purchase at a discount after the call. So I am going to start completely from scratch and I use a template just so y'all can see how it works. So I'm going to go to File, New, and I'm going to do a square shape. For all of my square backdrops, I use the dimension 6,000 by 6,000. So for the width, I'm going to put in 6,000. And for the height, I'm going to put in 6,000. And I want this to be in pixels. So if you see this PX, that means pixels. If you do not, go to the drop-down menu and just select pixels. You can see it has inches, millimeters, blah, 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 blah. Click on OK. It's going to tell us we're creating a large file. Yes, we know. Click on OK. And then it's going to fill in with whatever your background color is. So if you're looking over here where the foreground and background are, the background color is black. So mine automatically defaulted to black. So don't panic if yours changes to a different color. Let me find my design. So I'm going to go ahead and add some text first, and we'll change the background and all that kind of stuff in just a second. But I just want to start with the text today. So go over here to your tools. These icons are your tools, and you should have your screen set up to look like mine if you are a member of either the Backdrop Blueprint or the Backdrop Success Circle, because I teach those like the very first steps. Also in the Backdrop Starter Kit for those of you who got it. So it's a bolded black capital A. When you hover over it, it says the text tool. So we want to click on that. And then you can see our sub menu, aka our tool options changed. It changes for every tool in our toolbox. So let's find a font that we want to use. So my first text layer is going to say happy. It's going to say happy 4th of July. I want the happy to be like this cursive. And if you click on this box underneath the word text to the left of the word font, that's how you scroll through the fonts that are on your device. And let me find this font. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Maybe this black. And then I'm going to change my foreground color because the text tool uses foreground colors to a red. All I have to do is click on this box for our foreground and our background. Or in the text tool options, you can change your color here as well. But I just like to do it from our color palette. Click on that box and just change it to red. I'm going to go to the red in the far right corner. Really bright red. Click on OK. Right now, my font size is 600. I'll see how it looks as I start typing. I want my anti-aliasing checked like it is. Justification, I like to keep mine centered. Depending on what I'm doing, I'll need a center for this. And I was working on something right before I got on the call, so my spacing is a little tighter. So I'm gonna just change that back to 0 because it's 0 by default. I'm gonna just put 0 and hit enter. And then I'm gonna go in here, click on my canvas, and type in happy. Yep, that's the font I was looking for. So here is one text layer. And then I want to make another text layer with the number 4, but I don't want it to be that text. Uh-oh, what happened to my box here? My little font box disappeared. Interesting. Let me save this. Let me save this real quick, y'all. Fourth of July. Save it to my desktop for now. And let me close out of here and reopen GIMP to see if that resolves the issue. Okay, it's back. I don't know what that was all about. Open recent for the July design. Okay. Now I'm going to change it to a bolded font. I like impact. It's just a plain font if I can get up to it. So if you don't see these fonts on your computer, that just means you need to download and install them. I just have a lot of fonts on my computer. So impact condensed. I want my 4 to be there. And then I'm going to create another layer, the TH, that's going to be part of the 4th. And then I want to be a separate layer. And then I also want my, yeah, I do my July the same font. Now I know y'all like, y'all, you got fonts all over the screen. Yes, I do. But you can move them using the move tool. It's the very first tool option, or the tool, very first tool. So you can move it to where you want it to be. I kind of want it right there. We're gonna see. I'm gonna click on my 4. I want it to be bigger, so I'm gonna go back to my text tool. You can use the scale tool as well, or you can increase the size here. So I've just highlighted it and then use the up arrow in the window that popped up. And then just go into whatever size looks good to you. Move tool, put it up. And all I'm doing right now is moving text layers and changing the size of them. The size. You can go in here and copy the size. Go in here and click and paste the size if you want the same size. Hit enter and just move it up. So that's going to be the same size here. And then I want this to be super big. I don't know how big it's going to be yet because I want to put a flag right here. If y'all were wondering what was going on with my design, just bear with me. This is raw and uncut. Definitely bigger. Definitely bigger. And the reason I do it this way with the up arrow is because sometimes with different text layers, I know I want with this stuff, you have to go in and change the text, or you might have a misspelling or something. And if you scale it and then try to go in and edit it, it's going to shrink it back to the original size that you started with when you were sizing with the actual text tool. Move these up. So we have our wording. I'm going to center. So you can use your alignment tool to center layers. You just have to make sure that there's not a layer right on top of it that's bigger than that layer in order to select it. I'm going to select the July layer, center it. So it's almost centered. And then everything else is good to go. Let me save. Always be saving. And I think I want a blue background, either blue or white. We'll see once the design progresses. So since I already have this background layer, I'm going to just go ahead and use that. Excuse me out. I've been sick for like almost 2 months. Terrible. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Felicia. All right. So to change the background layer, you click on it. And I want it to be like some gradient action going on. I'm going to go to the gradient tool. Remember, make sure this layer is selected. Go to the gradient tool. It's close to the paint bucket or the bucket fill tool. It looks like a diamond, one side dark, the other side light. Click on that, and then you see your tool options change here. and I want to change it based on the foreground and background colors. So you see you have like a hard edge, and then here's one that includes the HSV color palette, clockwise and counterclockwise. I'm not going to go in detail what the HSV means, but I like to use the RGB version, where it just goes from just the color from the foreground to just the color in the background. Click on that. And we need to change the colors because I said I want it to be blues. So let's click on that active foreground color. Let's select the blue. There's a blue I already had, but you can always go in here and click or go through this rainbow spectrum, which is right beside this big box, and select the colors. Or if you know the HTML notations, which is these 6 digits right here, where I'm hovering my mouse, you can type it in there and hit enter. It'll pull up the color if you know the code. Or you can use your eyedropper tool to select the color that you want. Let's say we had a blue already on the screen. Click on it and then select that blue, and then it's automatically going to populate, and then you just click on OK. I'm just going to click on OK with that blue, and then the background layer, I want it to be a lighter blue. Maybe not that light. Click on OK. And you see how I just maneuvered through clicking on this box. So you can change the shadings of a color that you select from your little rainbow spectrum. I want to show that again. And then I like to use this bilinear option, but you can click through on the drop down and see what option works best for you. And you can see like a little thumbnail how it's going to show up. But I want a different color in the middle and then the second color on the edges. So I'm going to stick to the bilinear, and then, ooh, sorry, my mouse, I scrolled with my mouse, so I was still selected, so I had to change it back. And now we can just drag across. Oh, this is bilinear, not linear. So I have to do just half of it for the bilinear to work. Now, if you were just doing linear, you can just drag across and it'll be fine. And I actually want my darker blue to be on the outside. You can see right now is like the lighter blue, the darker blue, the lighter blue. I'm just gonna flip my color palette over here. And then it's gonna change the color, or flip the colors rather. And to get rid of this pop-up, you're gonna just click in the canvas, get rid of this line. You're gonna hit enter on your keyboard. And let's save. Hey, Sharice. Let's see here. All right. Now, before I get to adding graphics and all that kind of stuff, does that make sense? Adding the text layers, moving them, sizing them, and adding a gradient to your background? Just give me a yes if that makes sense. If not, you can put your question in the chat or unmute. I'm looking for yeses or questions. I'm just also follow to instructions, download again. The tools on the side looks nothing like this. It's just one line. That means you need to drag out your tool, drag out your tools. Like if you go to the very edge of your tools, you see where my mouse pointer is turning to like a double line and 2 arrows pointing away from each other. You just click and drag out your tools, and it'll just populate. I've uninstalled 2 times. That doesn't look like that. Now, if that doesn't work, Just put a message in the group and I'll answer it there. But I don't see any other questions, so I'm gonna keep on going. I like to use PNG Tree for my graphics because I have a membership with them, so I can get unlimited graphics. If you don't have a membership, I think you can still get 2 graphics per day. But as you can see, I design a lot, so I'm gonna need more than 2 graphics per day. All right. They're just trying to sell me another tier. So it looks like this. And clearly people have already been searching for 4th of July since it's coming up. But that's what I was gonna type in. So I'm just typing in search. And this actually has full designs on here, so that's cool. I'm not gonna use their designs though. I mean like the where it's straight up the 4th of July. I want to do from scratch. I like the Empire or the Statue of Liberty. That's different. That's kind of cute. Interesting. So you can scroll through and see all the different things when you just type in 4th of July. Those are pretty cool. Now, if you wanted to, you can use these designs as is, but I like to go from scratch because sometimes it's not what I need it to be. And I like this hat with the balloons. That's actually what I was about to search, so I'm gonna grab that. If there's anything else I like on this page. There'll be a replay, Ebony. No worries. Just catch the replay. Just watch and try to get the gist of everything today. Let's see. Okay, that's it on here. And yeah, I do go kind of fast because I like to keep y'all in an hour. But there is a replay. And because you are either Backdrop Blueprint or Success Circle, you can ask the questions in the group. Um, yeah, these are like full designs. Oh, I like this for the border. I'm just kind of winging it right now. Those balloons are cute too. So we got balloons. I do need a flag because I want to show y'all a technique with the flag and the letters. Let me look one more page. I don't know what it is about me and going to 3 pages just to be sure. I don't know why. I always do that though. I'm like, let me just see what more. The head is cute too. Gonna be a whole lot of stuff on here. But we gonna see. Mm, okay, let me type in American flag. Grab this one because it's just straight, no waves or anything. And that's it. So I got flag, top hat, balloons, water, more balloons. And let me see if I can find American flag banner. Is that what I'm trying to say? Uh, American banner. You know the little square, I mean triangle things that you hang like a garland under garland. American garland. That didn't help. Okay. Um, Flag garlic. I think I'm calling it the right thing. Let's see. Okay. Yes, but I want American ones. American flag one. Let me type in American flag again. American flag garlic. Not, oh, here we go. And that's definitely Paraguay, Australia. Maybe I'm not gonna be able to do it. I don't want Fiesta stuff. Oh, here we go. That's the only one. And on here, you can click on it, and then once you scroll down, it'll show you other options too. So that's a good thing about that. Yay! I just couldn't think of what the words were, but I found it. So I'm gonna grab all of these. Download, download. Oh, did it download? There we go. So it's gonna go to my downloads. I'm gonna close out of that one. I just download that one. Yep. I was like, that was okay, got it. It popped up twice. Download, download, and it's gonna go to my download folder. Grab these. And as you can see, I just downloaded like 7 different images. So that's why I definitely had to pay for it. Download, download. And I need my flag. I don't know why it pops up in another tab, whatever. My banners. And that was it. Okay. Back to GIMP. So that was the easy part. Just going in and finding graphics. And you can lose tons of hours looking through those because they have some great graphics for almost anything that you can think of. So we're gonna go in here, excuse me, and I'm gonna show you how to open up your graphics that are now in your downloads folder. And ideally, you should be transferring them to a folder that you create for graphics so that you have them later and can find them more easily. But I'm not gonna transfer it right now. So file, open as layers. Open as layers. Open as layers. Because if you just open, it's going to create a whole nother document. We want to keep working on the same file. So open as layers. Then we're going to go to our downloads folder. And we're going to go in. My Zoom stuff is in the way. Hold on. There we go. And grab those images. So I'm going to grab all 6 that I downloaded. As you can see, I've been downloading a lot this week. So I'm just click on the top one, hold down shift and click on the bottom one of that list. And that's gonna open them all. And then click on open. Oh, I guess I didn't click on it. I'm like, why is it not working? Alrighty, so there are all the images. And because I was in the background layer, when I open them, they all open right above that layer. So if you were wondering why it's kind of hard to see some of them, that's why, because it's underneath all of the text layers. But that's fine. Let's click on this first element, first layer. That's the topmost layer. And I'm gonna just scale it to see exactly what it is. So the scale tool looks like a small square pointing down to the right to a larger square. Click on that. Click on that layer that's selected. You can just drag the corners. So this is the hat and the balloons. So you can scale by dragging the corners or one of the sides, or you can use the up and down arrows. But when you're scaling something that you want to stay proportionate, you want to make sure that this chain is still locked. I'm going to unlock it so I can show you what I mean. So if I, excuse me, if I drag it from the side now, it's going to distort the image. And we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to reset, lock it back. And then when I drag it, is proportionate. I think I want this to be at the bottom somewhere. On scale. And then, so you can see it, you can just drag it up. The more you drag it to the top, the higher the order is going to be. Why is this zoom box in my way? There we go. So now I moved it to the front or to the top. So now it's in the front on your design canvas. And I like to crop out my layers to the content. See, right now it has a lot of extra space, empty space. I like to crop to the content to actually save memory on your computer and to make the file size smaller. So when it's time to export it and all that good stuff to get it printed, it's a little more compressed. So to do that, you go to layer on your menu bar and just go to crop to content. You can see how it's shot down to just the contents of that layer. Use my move tool. Use my scale tool to scale it down. Bam, so that's one layer. Let's see what the next one looking like. Scale tool, let's see what this is. Okay, so this is a border that I want to use. So, because my canvas is 6,000 by 6,000, y'all remember that? I'm going to make this, because it's a square, also 6,000 by 6,000. So I'm going to just type it in here instead of using my up and down arrows. Click on scale. It's going to automatically scale the other one because I have my lock on. Remember the alignment tool by the move tool? And it looks like a bar graph. I forgot to say that earlier, I think. Um, Click on that. Click on the corner. You know it's selected because squares will populate in the corner that you want to move. And then your tool options, just go center, middle. Ooh, this gonna be cute, y'all. I just got excited. Let me save. Remember, always be saving. And I'm gonna move this layer down to just above the background, so it's out the way. All right, next, scale tool. Do I want to use this? Is it going to be too busy? I don't know. I'm gonna do this to 6,000 too. I don't know. I don't know. Let's move it. Alignment tool, center middle. Okay, and then it has some text on it, so I'm gonna have to delete that in a second. It's kind of cute. Okay, I'm feeling it. I see a question. 6,000 is for 6,000. Oh, 6,000 by 6,000 is 6 by 6, right? Yes. If I want to do a 4 by 8, would be 4,000 by 8,000. Right, that's correct. So 6,000 by 6,000 is for any square. So 4 by 4, 5 by 5, 6 by 6, 7 by 7, 8 by 8. But any other dimensions, just multiply the dimensions by 1,000. That is correct. Great question. All right. You're welcome. Trying to move. Y'all trying to design around these Zoom controls is crazy. Okay. So I'm gonna come back and delete this text in just a second. Let me go ahead and finish seeing what else we got because I forgot already. Okay, that's just the hats. Layer crop the content, and I'm gonna move it somewhere. I might not even use that hat. Let me move it up. Maybe I'll put it on the floor. You can use your rotate tool to rotate it. Oh, that's kind of cute. We'll see. So the rotate tool is close to your scale tool. It looks like a rectangle and a curved arrow, and then like a diagonal rectangle and another arrow, curved arrow. Hey, Avina. Y'all deep on here today. Hey, y'all. Let's scale it a little. Got the content. Full beans. Okay. So I was actually supposed to get a waving flag too. I'll get it later though. So the last, oh, we got two more. So I probably won't even need those banners that I was looking for because it's already a lot going on, but we'll see. So here's the flag. I'm actually going to use that for filling in our text in a second. So I'm not going to worry. Yeah, I'll come back to that. So the last image was the little flag that I was looking for. Let me scale it. That's 6,000. I'm gonna move it to the top and the center with the alignment tool. Let me see how it looks. It might be doing too much. Yeah, that's a lot. So I'm actually not gonna use that, even though I was looking for it so hard. Because it's a lot happening. Yeah, I don't want to overkill it. I'm gonna just, if I wanted to keep it just in case, I can just turn off the visibility by hitting the eyeball next to that layer. But I'm just gonna delete it altogether because I know I'm not coming back to that. So with this layer selected, just hit this red X in the bottom of your layers window to delete the layer. All right. So all we did so far is just scale everything and align it and move it into place. So this one came with this text on it, and I want to take it off. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So I'm gonna actually turn off all these layers except for that one so y'all can see. Okay. So this is just this layer. So it had all of that on that layer. Click on that layer, and I just want to remove this, just this. Happy 4th of July. I'm going to use my eraser tool, or you can use this rectangle select tool and just select it, which is a lot faster. So I guess I'll do that. But just in case, if you want to use the eraser tool too, you can just click on it, make your hardness that 100%. You can increase or decrease the size and just go in and erase. But this rectangle tool, since there's nothing else right behind it, you can just use your rectangle tool. It looks like a rectangle with dotted lines around it. Excuse me, y'all. Click on that. Make sure that the ratio is not checked to fix. Everything else should be good. Just click in there, select what you want to delete, and hit delete on your keyboard. Or if you're on a Mac computer, you have to go to edit on your menu bar, then clear. Then the selection is still on because of the moving dotted lines. So this is my first time talking about selection today, I think. Yeah, so when you see moving dotted lines, that means there's something selected. And you need to turn it off in order to not uh, make any more modifications to that selection. So to do that, you just go to the menu bar and go to select none. Let me save while we're here. It's been a couple minutes. And I'm gonna turn all our other layers back on by hitting the eyeball. And this flag must have some text under it. Let me select this layer, use my eraser tool to just snatch that layer, crop the content. All right, so before I go find the flag that I want to put right here, because I want to do like a waving flag right there, I am going to show y'all how to do this pattern fill. So I want this July to have the pattern of an American flag. So to do that, we're going to move our American flag to the edges of our text layer. And let me move it up above the text layer that we want it to be on. And we're going to scale it so that it fits that layer. So scale it till it fits everything. It covers the whole layer. Okay? Pay attention. We're going to click on the text layer that we want the flag texture to be on. Okay? Right click, alpha to selection, and then you're going to see the dotting ants showing that this text layer is what is selected. So it's the July text layer, which is correct. And we're going to go to our flag layer that's right above it that we want the texture to be. Let me right click. I always double check. So right click, make sure add alpha channel is grayed out. If not, click it. But it needs to be grayed out so that when you remove the extra space that's not in the letters of July, it doesn't fill it with your solid background color. So that just makes it transparent when it's selected. To make a long story short, I just kind of said that technically, but yeah. With this layer selected, oops, I forgot to invert. So if you just hit delete, it's gonna delete the opposite of what we want to keep. So let me undo by hitting Control Z. We need to invert. So you can hit Control I on your keyboard or Command I if you're on Mac. Or if you're not a keyboard warrior like me, just go to select on your menu bar and then invert, then you can hit delete. If you're on Mac, remember you got to do edit clear. And then you see the marching ants. That means that we need to turn off the selection. Remember, and whenever you see marching ants, once you're done doing what you're doing, you need to turn off the selection by going to select on the menu bar, then none. And I'm gonna add a shadow and outline and stuff because now it's starting to clash. But it's cute. But y'all just see how to fill in letters with the an image. Did that make sense? Y'all need me to do it again, or did that make sense? Five, four, three, two, one. Okay. I'm gonna keep on going. All right. Let me save. I'm gonna go find a flag. So I'm just go in and find an American flag in. Yep, just catch the replay. And remember, not all of your designs are going to include everything that I'm doing today. I'm just kind of doing a lot. But yeah, that will be the replay. And you can always ask questions in the group as well. American flag. Um, let's see which one I want to use. Ooh, that would make a cute design for something. I'm gonna download that just because I like it. See, there is like a certain flag that I'm kind of looking at. This work, I think. Finish going through the page just to be sure that's the one I want. And now all the flags want to pop up. Okay, I'll take this one. Download, download. Go back to GIMP. Want it to be towards the top, so I'm gonna click on the top layer. File, open as layers. Remember, open as layers, open as layers. I'm new here. I'm still going through the tutorials, but I'm not able to get to the Facebook group is closed. So ask your questions in the actual app where the training is. And I need to take that Facebook link out of there. Right. You're welcome. Downloads. Grab this flag. Keep thinking I clicked open, but I didn't. I feel like it's real flaggy now. Very patriotic. I'm gonna keep on going with it. Ooh. Okay. This may not end up being the final design because now it's a little too red, white, and blue for me. But I think I like it though. Layer copy content. And now I'm going to do the outlines and the shadow work so that our text layers pop. Okay. Because right now it's kind of clashing. So we need to break it up. So I'm gonna do this a few times. I'm gonna go slow the first time to show you what you do. And then I'm gonna go at my regular speed the rest of the way. So click on the layer. When you have your move tool on, if you click on the layer, it'll automatically select it. But if not, just go over here to your layers window and select the layer that you want to edit. So I want to do an outline layer here as well. Let me see if I want this right here. Yeah, I'll keep it. Might make it a little bigger though. I'm gonna scale it because I know that'd be not misspelled. All right. So right click, alpha to selection. That's gonna turn on the selection. To create an outline, you're going to scale it or grow it, sorry, by going to select on your menu bar. My mouse was going crazy there for a second. Grow. And then you choose a number that you want to grow it by. And there's no set number each and every time you do this because you have to determine or you have to keep in mind the size of your canvas, which is a 6,000 by 6. You have to also consider your font type, and this is the back to black font, and then the font size, and I don't even remember what the font size was, but you have to keep in consideration those different things. So you just have to play around with this part. Let's try 50. I'm zooming, excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see how much it grew from the actual selection. So where the moving dotted lines are now, that's gonna be how much of an outline you have. I don't need mine to be that big, so I'm gonna go to edit, undo grow selection, select grow again, and do a smaller number, 35. Boom. Now you can see it's a little thinner as an outline. So to create an outline, most people just want to go straight to the bucket fill tool and fill it in. No, it's best for you to create a new layer. So to do that, you're gonna go to the very first icon under your layers window. That's to create a layer. My name is Happy Outline. Change this at the very bottom to transparency. Click on OK. Move this layer down because it's going to be behind it, behind the original text layer. Use your bucket fill tool or whatever if you want to do a gradient, you can do a gradient here, but I want it to be a solid color outline. Bucket fill tool. I want my outline to be white, so I'm gonna select white as my foreground color, and then just click inside of the margin ends or to move a dotted line. So there's our outline. Remember, when you see moving dotted lines, once you're done, you need to turn off the selection by going to select on the menu bar, none. And then, as you can see, this layer is as big as, let me zoom out, it's as big as the canvas because you can see the dotted line here, the yellow and black dotted line. So all you gotta do is layer crop the content, boom, boom, crop down to where it needs to be. All right. And I'm like, I don't know what it is about me and double outlines, but I enjoy them a lot. So I'm gonna do it again. So same process. I want to add an outline to the outline. Right click, off to selection, select grow. I don't want it to be as thick as the 35. Create a new layer. Happy outline again, transparency. Move it down. Move down. Come on, computer. There we go. And let's say we want it to be this blue. Let's see how bucket fill. Select none. Boom. So double outline, but we need to crop to content. Let me say in a couple minutes. Ooh, that hour went by super fast. I'm gonna keep going now. I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging. So I'm gonna do this again for the for and the TH, the up and the July. So now I'm about to go at my regular speed. And I think I actually want to change this text to white. Use my text tool here to change the color, highlight it. You can change the color in this box that pops up too. Click on that square, change it to white. Yeah, break up some of all that red. I was like, it's getting a little red and blue gang affiliation going on. All right. Okay, I think I like that better. I think I want my flags to be, maybe I'll change the color of my text to this. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Or I can do it now, actually, while I'm here on the text. Sorry, there's so many questions I knew. How long does the replay stay up? You have access as a member forever. Um, oh, I was like, what was I doing, y'all? Okay, changing the color. So I'm gonna select the color I want to change to this red happy layer. I selected it. Gonna use my bucket fill tool. And I want to grab more of this deeper red. So I'm gonna go to my foreground color. Remember, when I said you can use the eyedropper tool to click any color on your screen, we have more colors to choose from now. So I'm gonna click on there and click on this deeper red. You see how it popped up? Click on OK. And because I use the scale tool to change the size of this, I'm gonna use my bucket fill tool because if I try to edit it, let me show you what I mean. If I go in here, it's no longer considered a text layer because I scaled it instead of increasing the size through the text option. If I click in there, it's gonna say confirm text editing. Click on edit. You see how it changed the size, and I would have to go in and resize it to fit my outlines. So that's another reason why I like to scale in the text tool instead of grow the text or increase the text. I'm getting myself confused. Increase the text size using the text tool. Because if you have to ever go back and edit the color or the text itself, it'll pop back to what it was before you scaled it. Using the scale tool though. Now if you didn't use the scale tool, it'd be fine. But because I did the bucket fill tool, I'm just have to click in this red spot and actually all the layers are close. I don't know if I like the dark red now that I done did that. Huh. Now that I did it, I think I actually want to keep it the bright red. Because that was kind of, yeah, I'm gonna keep it the bright red. But y'all know how to do it now. Back to my outline. So the four, right click, off to selection, let grow. My white was what, 35. Okay, it looks good on this text layer too. Create new layer. So I've already gone through this, so I'm going in my speed now. Four outline, move it down. Well, come on, there we go. White, bucket fill tool, select none, turn off the marching ants, layer, crop the content. I'm gonna do a double outline. So after selection on the outline layer, select grow, smaller number, create new layer, four outline, move it down. Where's my blue? There it is. Bucket fill tool. Select none, layer, crop the content. So you can see as you start designing more, you get a lot faster. Because now this design probably would have taken me probably 30 minutes if I wouldn't have been teaching it. The blue outline first here. It's just PH outline. Move it down. I said blue bucket fill tool. Select none. Layer crop the content. I'm gonna do a red outline around that. Grow. Layer. Transparency. Move it down. Now let's find the red. I want the bright red. Yeah, let's stick to the bright. Bucket fill tool is on. Click in there. Turn off the selection. Select none. Do I want that other line? I'll leave it. I'm going. Running out of time. I don't want to keep it out past. Select from step notes 2. I started about 6:05, 6:07. A new layer. So this is our of layer. Of outline rather. No. Bucket fill tool, blue. And there is a way to merge layers so you can do some stuff together at the same time, but I'll put that in the training. Down, change this to bucket fill. And then I'm gonna do that for, I could have made these bolder, I guess, the double outline part. Like none. Now let's do this July. Click on one of the July layers. Actually, I'm gonna click on this bottom one. Because remember we have the fill as well as the regular text layer. I'm just click on the text layer. Off to selection. And let it grow. I'm gonna actually make this 50 since the text is so big. Oh, here we go. Create a new layer. July outline. Move it down. Grab my white. Bucket fill tool. Come on, there we go. Select none, layer crop the content, and then I'm doing my double. So I'm edit, select, grow. Let's do 25. New layer, okay. Move it down, flip the blue color to the active color, fill it in. Select none, turn off the marching ants, and then layer crop the content. Ooh. I wonder if I can change the shading of this red on this flag. Real quick. Since y'all still here, let's go to colors, hue saturation. Click on this red and see if we can't get this red brighter. Up. Increase saturation maybe. Let's play around with the hue itself. Up, making it more pink. It's giving, oh man, it's gonna change the, reset it. Yeah. I'm gonna cancel that. Let me see if I can use my bucket fill tool on it. Since it's not going to the exact color I need to be. Bam, we got action. So I'm just clicking on the extra red parts of this layer with the bucket fill tool to change the color. Because it just was not cohesive to me. Yay, that looks a lot better to me. Okay. I was just like, some ain't giving. All right. So then if you want to make your text layers pop some more, you can do like a little shadow effect. And that'll be the last thing I'll do for y'all this tutorial. So on each of these double outline layers, I'm gonna add a shadow to make it pop just a little more. So I'm gonna just go through my list, click on it, double outline layer, go to filters, light and shadow, drop shadow. Turn my preview on so y'all can see. And if I increase the opacity, you will see here the difference. So let me turn off the preview. So there it is without the drop shadow. There it is with it. So you can do that to make it pop. You can increase the blur radius. You can change the direction of the blur. And then you can unlink these and change the X and Y axis independently. So if you need to do that, you can change the color of the drop shadow. So let's say you want it to be red. That's what it's gonna look like. Just play around with those settings. I'm gonna just leave it at black though. I don't need to add more. And let me reset and then increase. Oh, I did a blue outline. I was like, what does it look like? Okay. No. Oops, blur radius, what I need to click on. And you can see how it just pops off the page a little bit more. That's what I'm going for. So I like that setting. So I'm click on OK. Go in and do the other outlines. And you don't have to do that for every one. You can just go in and go to filters, repeat drop shadow. Find the other double outline. Repeat drop shadow. Did it work? Did I click on it? Oh, my computer's being weird now. Okay. Well, at least we got to the end. There it is. Okay. Filters. Repeat drop shadow. You do it twice. Guess my computer tired of me. Or did I not crop that layer? I must didn't crop that layer, did I? Yeah, double did it. Let me edit, undo. Okay, so I didn't crop this layer to content. That's why I was trying to freeze it. Okay, so as you can see, this yellow dotted line is still the size of the canvas. It needs to be just this. So let me layer crop the content. Sorry about that. I don't know how I missed that. Now repeat drop shadow. Now it's a lot faster. Go down to the 4. Drop shadow, and then to the happy. Okay, so you see how it pops out more, even though there's like the same color scheme going on. And that's it. So file save. And then you can export it and all that good stuff to get it ready for print. All right, any questions? We ran a little bit over, but I will answer questions for those of you who are still on the Zoom. I know some of them had to leave out, but Ebony, Felicia, Vanessa, y'all got questions? What's your question? You can unmute if you need to, if it's too long.
Okay. So where do I go in the group to chat or to like ask my questions? Because what I'm finding is that if I'm on my laptop and I'm trying to, and I apologize for my sentence earlier. I reread it. I'm like, oh gosh, that was so poor grammar. Um, so I find myself um following along and trying to design at the same time, and I just get overwhelmed because I'm trying to see both and I can't, see what you're doing and then do what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll be honest, I get frustrated and I'll just be like, okay, oh well.
Yeah, it's fine, no problem. So first, where do you chat? There's the tab. You're in the blueprint, right?
I do believe so. Yeah, see, I'm not sure.
Here and look from my phone. Oh, type your name in so I can see. There we go. Ebony. Okay. Okay. This is Ebony Robertson. Yes, you're in there. So once you go to Black Drop Blueprint Training, there's a tab next to training that says design and question.
Okay.
So you can go in there and type your question in there. I'm on my phone, so it's just showing me a little pencil, but it may be a different icon when you go in to search in the actual members area.
Okay.
And then also a little cheat code is to watch from a different device, maybe an iPad or another computer or a phone. So you can
Okay.
have your computer free to
So
actually.
I am able to watch from my iPad and stuff like that, right?
Yes, you can
Okay.
watch from any device, but
Okay.
you only need to be designing from an actual computer. Because
Okay.
again,
I don't know why I had a blind moment, but okay. Okay.
oh,
That
it's
makes me feel
fine.
better.
It's fine.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Good questions. Felicia said, I'm good. This was great. All right. So I don't see any more questions. I don't see anybody else unmuting. Did
Excuse me.
anybody else see that? Oh, okay. Hey, girl.
Hey, that was my question too, where the chat, because I kept trying to get into the group and it wouldn't let me. So I wasn't for sure where to chat at.
So
So,
I guess I'll make a video at the top of the training too, because that is I just kind of like assumed that because I guess I'm the one that's always in the background playing around with the settings and stuff. I just assumed, but I will make a video or a post or something to let y'all know, like direct you to where you go to post your question. That is.
okay, thank you. And this was so helpful. I'm new too, and I was like, oh, I have in August, I'm also an event planner. So in August, I got to do a teen neon banner. So hopefully by then I know how to do this.
Oh yeah, you got plenty of time. Just keep practicing.
I
Don't wait till
will.
the
I will.
last minute because you're gonna get
Oh,
frustrated.
I'm not. That's why I'm trying to get on it now. But thank
Yep.
you so much.
You are very welcome.
So I'm
Other
sorry.
Ebony. Hey girl.
Yes. Hey. So when we text in our question, does it take a while to get a response? How does that work?
Just tag me as well at B Marquita Hunt. It'll
Okay.
give me an alert because right now I have a lot of messages in there and comments to go through. But if you tag me, it'll push it up to my notifications, to the top of my notifications, so I'll be able to see it a lot sooner. But yeah, I'm in the app quite frequently. So yeah, just tag, just do the little at symbol,
Yes, ma'am.
and then be Marquita, and it should pop up. Just tap that and then ask your question, and it'll boost it up to the top of my notification.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And it's funny seeing two Ebonies in here because I was doing just like some random data analysis the other day, and like the top name of my people who signed up with me is like Kimberly, Ebony, Crystal, and Jessica. So to see two Ebonies in here is like, wow, that is really true. But yeah. Are there any more questions? I'm gonna make a note to make that video or that post. All right, I don't see any. So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all's questions now that I know that y'all have them and you just didn't know where to go. My apologies, we'll get that corrected. So y'all can move forward with your designing, and I will see you on the next tutorial Tuesday. Bye.